Okay, now you can talk.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone, for hanging around. I'd like to call to order a meeting of the Ulster County Capital Resource Corporation. Roll call, please.
James Malcolm,
Yes.
Diane Einen,
Here.
Michael Ham.
Here.
Faye Storms,
Here.
Orlando Reese,
Present.
Daniel Savona is absent with notice, and Richard Jones.
Here.
Okay, great. The mission statement of the Ulster County Capital Resource Corp is to promote community and economic development in Ulster County in ways that complement the work of Ulster County, primarily through issuing and selling of bonds for nonprofit institutions. If everybody could take a minute and look over the minutes from the February 16th, and then at time, if you want, please make a motion to accept as presented, or if there's changes that need to be reflected.
Chair, I'll make a motion. We accept the minutes.
I
Everybody's.
have a motion to accept as presented. Do I have a second? Rick, thank you. Anyone on the question? No. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, public comments, agenda items only. Anyone, Rose?
Mr. Kimball, anything to say, sir? No.
No, thank you.
That brings us to financials. Rose?
Yes, so page 6 of the packet, please. Obviously, there's nothing to report for February. As you probably recall, we make like quarterly entries for expenses that are paid by the IDA, which would be basically the administrative staff fees. So there's nothing here except for interest income of $42. And then our total assets are $400,000. As Diana will report during her report about the audited financials, this is $100,000, $110,000 different than what was there at year end. And that's because of the People's Place contract not being signed until 2022 rather than 2021. And that's the only other thing here is the escrow is negative for Romeo Kia. Because there wasn't one originally through the CRC, it was through the RDA. So that'll all be cleared up when the project closes. And that's it for the financials, Chair.
Okay, can I get a motion to accept the financials as presented? Bill?
Motion.
I don't even have a bill there, so that's why I'm saying that. Michael, do I have a second? Faye?
Yes, second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. The chair's report will be reflective of my report at the last meeting. So I will cede my time and go to the CEO for her report.
Thank you. Very quick, but longer than usual for the CRC. As of March 9th, when I received the first and very simplified monthly report from People's Place, since there was not much information this month, Christine said, 107 cards have been handed out via People's Place. I'm waiting on reports from the pantries and agencies who have picked up gift cards. We are still waiting on Hannaford. They have proven to be extremely difficult to work with, but a grocer that is prime in a few areas. We have paid them and are waiting for the delivery of the gift cards. Ellenville, Highland, New Paltz, Kingston, and Saugerties all have the gift cards. Pine Hill, Plattekill, Stone Ridge, Wallkill, and Woodstock, and Phoenicia are waiting for the Hannaford gift cards. Woodstock and Stone Ridge will also take ShopRite, but wish to pick up together. People are extremely grateful for the cards. Some have even been brought to tears. Areas that have had families receive gift cards to date are Kingston, Lake Katrine, Mount Marion, Saugerties, Olive Bridge, Shandaken, Woodstock, New Paltz, and Kerhonkson. On March 10th, Christine sent me an update that she got word from Hannaford that the gift cards had finally shipped. So we will have much more information next month. As a reminder, and just for the record, from what we put in our press release, gift cards can be picked up at the following locations: Ellenville United Methodist Church Food Pantry in Ellenville, Family Outreach Food Pantry in Highland, People's Place in Kingston, St. Joseph's Food Pantry in New Paltz, Phoenicia Library Association in Phoenicia, Pine Hill Library in Pine Hill, New Day Food Pantry in Plattekill, Boys and Girls Club and the God-Given Bread in Saugerties, Rondout Valley Food Pantry in Stone Ridge, Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry in Wallkill, and Good Neighbor Food Pantry in Woodstock. As a reminder, these are all a little bit different from what we had originally anticipated, but that's because some pantries and organizations did not want to participate in the program. And we did our best to really still try to spread it out. So that's why there are some unconventional nonprofits on here. As I expressed to you all, I was a little disappointed that Mid-Hudson News got the origination of the funds used for the gift cards wrong. The funds did not come from the federal government. The CRC was able to use the fees that have been generated from the projects that have that we have done through the years. I also wanted to take the opportunity here to tell you all, just by the chair sharing our Facebook post, we had the most traffic and interaction on the post than ever before, including ones that were shared many times over the PPE grants. I bring this up because it makes a difference if you all share, but also Jimmy is probably a social media influencer, as I've said. It reached 679 people. There were 112 engagements with the post, 39 clicks, 19 comments, and 27 reactions. I know those are minimal in like the bigger scheme of things, but by far it exceeded what we normally get on our posts.
People probably sat in front of it like the radio in the 40s saying, what's this lunatic got to say now?
I know, but so each time one of you does something like this, it makes a huge difference in how many people can see our news. So I encourage you all to share the news we post to help the public know what we are up to. The last item is on page 8, is the Hodgson Russ engagement letter for 2022. I need board approval and just a regular vote to sign the engagement letter for Joe Scott, please.
So are you moving for a voice vote or a roll call vote?
I just need a regular voice vote.
Okay, I need a motion to vote on, no different than the engagement letter from the IDA, right? Okay, so I
Correct.
need a motion to vote on acceptance of the engagement letter for Hodgson Russ for 2022. I'll make a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Dr. Einen. Anyone on the question? No. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Another 900 an hour. No.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, committee reports, audit, Dr. D.
Thank you, Chair. Page 20, you'll see the 2021 financial statements, audited financial statements. As we discussed in the IDA meeting, each year UHY will do audited financial statements for us that become part of a final report that we need to submit by March 31st, along with the Paris report. Some highlights from this is that there was no significant activity, as you've heard in previous discussions today. No new projects to review. The audited opinion, which you'll see on page 8 to 10, there's no control findings, no adjustments needed to be made. The audit went very well. Again, thanks to Rose for preparing all the financial statements and working closely with UHY to get this done. Our total assets for 2021 was down to $507,000 compared to $605 last year. And that is because of our PPP program that we implemented in response to the pandemic. We had a great response from that. And as I mentioned also incorrectly in the IDA meeting, the People's Place gift cards did not come out of this last year's 2021 budget. Even though we approved doing that in December of 2021, it actually was not signed off until January of this year. So we should see $110,000 that would come out of the CRC out of the $507,000 that we have net at the end of this year. And think that they are the highlights. I don't know if we need a motion to
No, I'll make a motion to accept as presented. Quick question for Diane and Rose. What would you say, and it's good to have 2 separate years now with the gift cards. What is it looking like that we plow back into the community from our fees?
So you
Well,
mean if you
PP
combine the IDA and the CRC?
Yeah. So what we take in
So
fees and what it looks as
altogether
though we're
was-
plowing.
yeah, $430,000, right? Yes, $440,000, give or take, over the last 2 years. And for comparison, although we had the revenue of 500 or some $1,000 through the IDA last year, nothing really through the CRC. We've not actually received that monies yet. So, I mean, I would say it's almost 100% of what we've received in fees for the last 2 years. And you could say that then we've used our savings to run the agency leanly.
I guess what I want to touch on, and you know, I'm certainly not one for pats on the back. We do the thing for the reasons we do it, but I think people should really be aware. More often than not, they don't understand what it is we do with the IDA. But certainly, and again, this is not a billboard for the IDA. We just want people to understand that we do push back into the community when we can. And I think that's something that, you know, well, we're the only agency that doesn't really fall under the auspices of the county. But this is something that we take on and do. And I don't know what other IDAs do, but I got to commend the board members here for taking the ball and running with it. It's really kind of refreshing. And that being said, I need a motion to accept the audit report. Do I have a motion?
I'll
Make
make, okay.
Mike and Fay is a
Okay.
second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finance, anything, Fay?
No finance this month, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Governance?
Hi,
Is
Chair.
it the
Thank
same
you.
as, the resolution's the same as the
Yes.
IDA? So
Yes,
just-
well, just one this time. Resolution approving various policy changes to the CRC. You can see that on page 43. Page 45 has the Schedule A changes. I would like to note on page 45 of the changes that number 3 in there, the point system is, it went from 1 or 3 points for local labor to 1 point, and from 1 point to 3 points for using prevailing wage.
Okay.
And Joe,
Right.
on the resolution,
I need a motion to take a roll call vote.
Make a
Michael?
motion.
Okay, Orlando and Rick? Anyone not in favor? Okay, so Rose, please, the resolution, the roll call.
James Malcolm,
Yes.
Diane Einen,
Yes.
Michael Ham,
yes.
Faye Storms,
Yes.
Orlando Reese,
Yes.
Daniel Savona, absent with notice, and Richard Jones.
Yes.
Thank you.
Old business? None. New business? A motion to adjourn is in order. Do I have a motion?
Motion,
Okay, please, do I have a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Please let the record show that at 11, I guess it's 18 or 19, that that's it.
Okay.
Meeting over.